The CW Super Series just got a new hero. Let's find out what he has in store for us with the team behind Black Lightning. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Black Lightning, coming to CW next year, 2018?
Yes. Yep. Next season.
So tell us about this show. This is going to be a different type of superhero show for a few different reasons. Black Lightning was one of the first black superheroes in the 70s, something we still don't have very much of on TV today.
Yeah.
But also in this show, when we meet him, he's retired from the superhero business.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so he, 9 years prior to our story beginning, he retired. He hung it up for the sake of his family. It was dangerous out there.
Sure.
And since then has become a principal. He was once a teacher, now he's a principal of Garfield High, and is doing a lot of good when the outside forces affect his family and kind of force him to start up again.
And Christine, you play his ex-wife?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. College sweethearts, and one of the only people that knew about his identity. And, you know, eventually felt like, you know, her husband being a crime fighter was dangerous and possibly might leave her as a widow. So she asked him to hang up the cloak, the mask, and it didn't quite work out. But they're still, you know, co-parenting their kids. There's still a lot of friendship there, a lot of respect, and they're just trying to sort of navigate having two young daughters, you know, growing into women.
Sure. So Salim, what's the tone of this show?
I think the tone we could say is reality. We're based in 2018.
Okay.
And what we really liked about the Black Lightning comic is that it always was socially relevant. And so we really look forward to continuing that tradition and attacking some of the issues that we see out there every day. 125 shootings over the 4th of July weekend in Chicago. That's something that Black Lightning is going to take on. You know, we didn't have a whole lot of superheroes in the ghettos in these last years. So Black Lightning is going to go into so-called ghettos and fight those sort of villains, the villains that are out there every day. So I think that's the difference, is that we're not fighting aliens or other people dressed up in suits. We're fighting everyday villains and solving everyday problems.
Where is the show set?
Atlanta.
In Atlanta, okay.
Yeah.
So Black Lightning's power is that he can harness electricity. Is that accurate?
Yeah, harness it and use it for his means,
And is that... is it actual like a power that he has, or is there is it part of his costume?
He's a metahuman, so it's his ability. His suit is, if anything, protects him and grounds him more, but the ability is natural.
So when we come into the story and meet you, this isn't your origin story, basically. We're not starting in from the beginning.
Right.
But are we ever going to revisit that?
Definitely. And, you know, through Jefferson, Gamby, and Lynn, I think we'll come to realize how he got his powers, how they affected the relationship, why they got divorced, of course, why he's coming back. But I think we have to address those things because, one, it's fun, right? It's a comic. It's a comic book show, right? But two, I think it carries meaning and for the character and lets you kind of figure out why he is the way he is.
Sure.
Yeah.
So Christine's character is aware that you're Black Lightning.
Yeah.
Is anyone else?
Gamby is aware. He's actually a mentor, a childhood mentor who's helped build the suit and is kind of championing the idea of going out there.
I see.
So at that point, it's just those two.
Gamby, just those two,
you mentioned your two daughters, though. They are important characters. In the Black Lightning story as well. They also have powers.
Yes.
Right? Is that something we'll also be exploring eventually?
That's one of the exciting things about the show is, whereas we don't get Jefferson's origin story, we get his daughter's origin story. So that's exciting, and we really look forward to exploring it.
You talk about you're not going to be battling aliens, cyborgs. It's going to be like real grounded villains. But do you have like a big bad villain for the season?
Tobias.
Okay.
Tobias Well, and I think a lot of the comic book fans are familiar with who that is. And we'll have villains. We'll just play it naturally. You know, we'll play it naturally, and I think that again will set us apart from some of the shows and make it interesting.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cress, the action hero role. That's new for you.
Yeah.
How was it doing the stunts, action scenes, fight scenes?
You know, it's a lot of work, but it's also a lot of fun. I mean, getting hoisted up on a building and jumping down. Those things, they're kind of, you know, and you're doing them in the safety of like, okay, I'm pretty important in this show, so I don't think I'm going to get hurt, or at least people are going to try to make sure I don't. So it's kind of playing, you know, cops and robbers to a very high degree.
Yeah.
And I love the idea of learning a new skill.
Sure.
So it's fun.
Yeah. Christine, do you get to do any of that fun stuff?
Maybe, I don't know.
Her superpower is love.
Exactly. The superpower is love. Yeah, I'll fight with different powers: love, care, kindness, nurturing.
I wouldn't rule out you throwing a few punches.
No,
though.
absolutely. I think you're smart. Written or not written.
So you're on the CW. There's been a lot of questions about whether this is part of the Arrowverse, but you've said that as of right now, it's not. Is that correct?
Yeah. You know, and the reason for that is that although Black Lightning is a popular name and title, I don't think many people are really familiar with the character.
Yeah.
So we really wanted folk to get to know Jefferson and his family. We wanted people to get to know Black Lightning and Thunder and Lightning before sort of mixing it up with others. And I think that will lend itself to maybe in the future doing some crossovers and things of that nature. But I think it's time for people to get to know, like you said, first Black superhero on broadcast television.
Yeah, for sure.
And so we got to get to know them first. You know, we have the Obamas of the superhero world, so you know we got to get to know them.
Yeah, for sure. So you retired 9 years ago.
Yeah.
For your family.
Yeah.
So why get back in the game now?
Well, I mean, kind of twofold. One, it is in the immediate moment. My daughters are in danger, and so needing to rescue them. But also that illuminates the bigger picture that. As much as Jefferson Pierce has affected his environment through education positively, you know, there's been need for a little bit of muscle that has been lacking. So, you know, his absence has left a hole, and it illuminates the fact that the community needs him to come back.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very excited to see what you guys are doing with Black Lightning. It seems like you're going to be adding something very refreshing and different.
Thank you.
Superhero genre.
Thank you for saying that. We appreciate it, and thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming by. Have a great show.
All right.
Thank you.